After the pre-assessment, you take that data back and you look through it and you try and look for what are some common links, common flaws that you might be seeing, the ideas that they're not understanding. And then you can sit down with your data team and you look at it all together. And that's a great collaborative piece because what they bring to the table and maybe what you're seeing could be two totally different things. It's very helpful though that when you do come together in that collaborative piece, you already have those questions and misconceptions outlined for your class, because you could get lost in that time of discussing all the errors and things that could not occur. You want to keep that part of it pretty generic so that you can move through, because it could be a very time-consuming process if you're not careful. And when you're doing the pre-assessment, you want to make sure you're asking questions that are open-ended to the students so that they can be reflective on that process. After you move through the pre-assessment, you then go into either, and some of the lessons are different, you go into like a whole group discussion, and after the whole group discussion they have collaborative activities that they work on together, and those are very thoughtful as well. The pairings that you use in those collaborative activities, you need to go back to the pre-assessment and make sure, again, these two words, thoughtful and purposeful, planning needs to go into it so that you're putting those kids together who need to be together based on their misconceptions. After you work on the collaborative activity and you revisit skills and you talk to them, and you kind of have to step back. You have to let the students be the leaders in that process, and that's probably the most difficult part of a teacher, because I do want to step in, but you're going to learn so much more stepping back, and so are they by being involved in that process. After you do that, you go ahead and you give them the post-assessment, and hopefully what they'll have seen, because they're actually revisiting something very similar to the pre-assessment, and hopefully what you should be seeing is the elimination of all those misconcepts, those misunderstandings, and an understanding of that big idea as they overcome those hurdles.